Hello friends, my name is BK Kollapre. In earlier video, we have found out the slope and deflection by using Maculus method. We have seen such an example there. Suppose this is a beam simply supported at the end. It is carrying a concentrated load and a UDL till the end P. Now here, the section what we consider is in the last portion. So it is cutting the UDL and this UDL is going up to the support. Now suppose if I take a problem like this, there is a UDL acting up to this point with any load acting here on this side. Now here the portion what we consider section is the last portion here. So let us consider, if I consider section here like this, whenever the UDL is within the section, remember the UDL should be continued up to the support. It is taken up to the support, means we are adding an extra load in the downward direction of same intensity up to the support. To compensate that, we will put another UDL same magnitude in the opposite direction. So the net effect in the system will remain the same. So this is a hint for you. Whenever UDL, whatever UDL is given, any point, the UDL should touch to the end or to the support. Take care of this. So this is the specialty of a UDL. UDL should touch to the support and a corresponding opposite UDL is to be added to that so that they compensate each other and the net effect will remain the same. So let us take up a problem like this where only UDL is acting. This is a simply supported beam. It is carrying UDL. This is A, this is B. Let us call this end as C, this end as D. This is 1 meter, this is 3 meter, and this is 2 meter. And the intensity of loading is 10 kilonewton per meter. 10 kilonewton per meter. E is given to in the problem as 210 GPa and I is given to as 50 into 10 to the power of 4 mm raised to 4. Now in this you are required to find out deflection. Why? At the midpoint. Y at midpoint. So midpoint means total length is 6 meters. So at 3 meters what will be the deflection? Maximum deflection. And second one is maximum deflection. So you have to find out where is the point maximum deflection is acting and how much you have to calculate. And third is you have to find out slope at A. Slope at A, that is theta A. You are required to find out these things in the given problem. Now here the last portion is dB. We will have to consider that last portion for the section. But UDL is within the support. So first thing is you continue the UDL till the end. This will be same 10 kilonewton per meter. To compensate that, we will apply an opposite UDL of same intensity 10 kilonewton per meter. Now I can consider a section XX at a distance x from the left support. So what we will have to do? Extend UDL up to support or right end. Anything. If it is a cantilever acting beyond, you will have to go up to the, suppose there is a cantilever here. So you will have to go on that cantilever part only, but it should reach to the right end of the support or the beam or right end. Add an opposite UDL to compensate to compensate the UDL added. Got the point? We are extending the UDL from here to support. From there, you will have to add an additional UDL in the opposite direction. Now let us consider section XX at X from A in the end portion. In the end portion. So here let us consider the reactions. So to find out reactions we need RA. So if I take moment about B, sigma MB is equal to 0, we will find out reactions. So if you find out reactions, moment about B will be equal to RA is the moment reaction here. RA into perpendicular distance is 6 meters. It rotates in clockwise direction. Then coming to the UDL. UDL is from here to here. We'll take complete UDL. So here this UDL, if we take into account, or even if you neglect it, that is okay. Minus 10 into 3 is the UDL acting. It is acting at the center. I am not taking this part because they get neutralized each other. So it is acting at the center. So this will be 1.5 and 1.5. I want the distance from here. So it will be 2 plus 1.5 is equal to 3.5. This must be equal to 0. So you get here RA is equal to 17.5 kilonewton. So RA is equal to 17.5 kilonewton. So once you find out reaction, then we'll add the extra load, that is better. Now here we'll go with the Maculus method. So remember, whenever there is UDL not reaching to the support, first make it to reach to the support. Now we'll take moment at the section MXX, and we know moment is given by EI d2y by dx square is equal to, so I am taking moment about this section. So 17.5 into perpendicular distance is x clockwise. Then I'll come to this UDL. Now see, the UDL is cut here. So this is the UDL what is acting. So here UDL is 10 and it is acting for this distance. So it will be x minus 1. So total UDL will be 10 into x minus 1. Where it will act? It will act at the center. Center means of this center. So this distance is x minus 1. So it will be x minus 1 divided by 2, and this is in the downward direction. Now there is this UDL also acting in the upward direction. We will take up this UDL into account. So UDL magnitude is 10. This is the distance which it is acting upward. So this distance will be x minus from here to here. So this will be 1 plus 3, 4. So it will be x minus 4. X minus 4. Where it will act? It will act at its center. It means x minus 4 divided by 2. This is in the upward direction, so it will be positive. This is up positive, this is down. Anticlockwise is negative. So here you get EI d2y by dx square is equal to 17.5x, one portion A to C. I can show it here also. So here minus, so this 5 will be going 5 into x minus 1 whole square. Then this will be also going plus 5 into x minus 4 whole square. So this is our equation we have got. We will have to integrate it twice to get the required solution. So integrating EI dy by dx is equal to, integration is 17.5 x square by 2 plus constant of integration is to be added in the first portion only, minus 5 into, so we know according to Maculus theorem, so integration of this will be x minus 1, 3 divided by 3 plus 5 into x minus 4 raised to 3 divided by 3. Further integrating again, here we get EI into y is equal to 17.5 x cube by 3 to the 6 plus c1x plus c2, new constant again in the first portion only. This is the rule to be followed. Then coming to this, minus 5 into x minus 1 raised to 4 divided by 12. Then this also 5 plus 5 into x minus 4 raised to 4 divided by 4 3 is 12. So you have got two equations here. If you find out C1 and C2, you get the solution for the slope and deflection equation. So here let us use boundary condition. Boundary condition. So when x is 0, y is 0. Simply support when x is 0, y is 0. If you substitute this value, you get C2 will be equal to 0. 0, 0, 0. 0 minus negative or neglected, only left out is C2 will be 0. And second condition is when x is equal to 6 meters other end, again the deflection is 0. If you substitute this in the equation, 0 is equal to 6c1 plus 367.25. So you get c1 will be equal to minus 62.71. Minus 62.71. Once you get these values, you can write the general slope equation and general deflection equation. So here deflection equation will be EI dy by dx is equal to 17.5 x square by 2. C1 is there, minus 62.71 minus 5 into x minus 1 raised to 3 by 3 plus 5 into x minus 4 raised to 3 divided by 3. This is the deflection equation, slope equation. Then you will go for deflection equation. So EI into y, this is a deflection equation. So it will be 17.5 x cube by 6 plus C1. C1 value is minus 62.71 into x. C2 value is 0, we leave that. Then minus 5 into x minus 1 by 12 is to 4 plus 5 into x minus 4 raised to 4 divided by 12. So we got general deflection equation and slope equation. Using these equations, you can find out slope and deflection at any point. Now let us come to the problem here. What are the things that are asked? One is, what is the deflection at the midspan? Midspan means when x is equal to 3 meters, you will have to find out what is the deflection. So first we will go for deflection at midspan. Deflection at midspan, that is x is equal to 3 meters. So let us substitute this value in 5. From 5, EI into y mid is equal to 17.5 into 3 cube divided by 6 minus 62.71 into 3 minus 5 into 3 minus 1 raised to 4 divided by 12 plus 5 into 3 minus, so this will be negative, so we leave that part. So negative and 0 values, we leave those parts. So we are left with this. So let us substitute the value of E and I here. So the value, when you simplify this will be equal to minus 116.05 kilonewton meter cube. So this will be equal to minus 116.05 new into 10 to the power of 12 Newton mm cube. You should remember this. Now let us substitute the value of E E is given to us 210 GPa. So to convert it in Newton per mm square, just multiplied by 10 raised to 3 into I is 50 into 10 to the power of 4. So this will be equal to minus 116.05 into 10 to the power of 12. So Y mid. So Y mid, when you simplify, you get, it will be minus 1.105 mm. Negative indicates the deflection is downwards. So this is a deflection of mid span. Now next portion what is asked is, what is the maximum deflection? Now you will have to find out, locate a portion in which the deflection can be maximum. Seeing to this figure, let us assume the maximum deflection occurs between C and D. So maximum deflection, B part, assume maximum deflection in portion CD. So in portion CD. Now we have got here deflection is maximum when dy by dx will be equal to 0. dy by dx will be equal to 0. Now here if I consider the equation 0, dy by dx equation is this one, 0 is equal to 17.5 x square by 2 minus 62.71 minus 62.71. Then this portion will come up 5 minus 5 into x minus 1 raised to 4 divided by 12. Sorry, this is the x minus 1 raised to 3 divided by 3. This portion will not come into play. This portion will not come into play. So we are left with only this one. So you will have to solve for x. Now if you see here, x is to the power of 3. So simplifying this equation will be very difficult. So you will have to do only trial and error. By trial and error, you get the value of x is equal to 2.92 meters from A, and 2.92 is lying in between C and D only. So it is lying between C and D. So now let us substitute this value 6 in for find out maximum deflection. Deflection equation is 5. Let us substitute 6 in 5. So we get EIY max. EIY max is equal to 17.5 into x value is 2.92 cube divided by 6 minus 62.71 into 2.92 minus 5 into 2.92 minus 1 raised to 4 divided by 12 plus 5 into x. Now this one 2.92 minus 4, this will be negative value, we will leave that part. So negative value we will leave that. So now here if you simplify this, you get this value is equal to minus 116.16 into 10 to the power of kilonewton meter cube. So this will be equal to minus 116.16 into 10 to the power of 12 Newton mm cube. Let us substitute the value of E and I. E is 210 into 10 to the power of 3 into I is 50 into 10 to the power of 4, and Y max is equal to minus 116.16 into 10 to the power of 12. So Y max, if you simplify, you get the value of Y max is equal to minus 1.106 mm. This is downwards because it is negative. Now the last part what is asked is slope at A. So Slope at A means we have got slope equation here. We have got slope equation here. So third is slope at A, that is theta A. So let us substitute here. EI theta A is equal to, that is x is equal to 0. So when I substitute x equal to, this is 0, this will be minus 62.71. 0 minus is negative, 0 minus is negative. So we are left with only this one, theta is equal to minus 62.71 kilonewton meter square. So this will be minus 62.71 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton mm square. One is 9, the other one is 12. So here E is 210 into 10 to the power of 3 into I is 50 into 10 to the power of 4 into theta A is equal to minus 62.71 into 10 to the power of 9. So theta A, if you simplify, you get theta A will be minus 5.972 into 10 to the power of minus 4, and this value will be in radians when you calculate. So if you simplify this, if you convert into degrees, it will be minus 0.034 degrees. It is negative, that means the rotation is clockwise. Rotation is clockwise. Like this, I can ask deflection at B also. What is the slope at B? So what is the distance of x at B? X will be 6 meters. So in this equation, if you substitute x is equal to 6 meters, you will be getting the deflection rotation at B. Suppose if I want to know the rotation at C. So in this equation, substitute the value of x is equal to 1 meter, you get the slope at E. If I want to know deflection at C, then in the deflection equation, you substitute x is equal to 1 meter, you get what is the maximum deflection action. Like this, I can find out the deflection at D. So at D means what will be the distance of x? 3 plus 1. So substitute x is equal to 4 meters, you will be getting the deflection at the point D. So like this, once you form these equations, slope and deflection equation, you can find out slope and deflection at any point in the beam section. That's the benefit of this slope and deflection equation. So important thing is UDL should touch to the right end, whether it is right support or cantilever part, it should reach to the right end, and correspondingly in the opposite direction you will have to add another UDL in opposite direction till the point you have gone to the end. That is the specialty of Macaulay method. Please subscribe the channel for more videos. Press bell icon for notification. Comment for questions in the comment section. Thank you.